Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Black Ice with me, Alpha Pi Omega, and Empire of Japan. So today we're gonna start this episode by looking at our Air Force and defining our invasion of China in a bit more shape and form. But before we do that, I actually wanted to thank user YM9CB5LK8M. I suspect that username has a definite ring to it. But I wanted to thank him publicly because he actually told me something I had absolutely no idea about. When you go to your production or trade screen and you look at the conversion, there is a thing here that I did not notice at all, which is that you can use your alloying metals to enhance your steel production. It costs, I believe, 3 per factory. But we can actually do it at this point and spend our alloying metals to enhance the production of steel. So we have, what, 19 factor? No, 23, but we don't have enough iron. Okay, so we'll have 23, spending 55 alloying metals, and it's going to enhance our production by... I think 5 steel per refinery. Well, either way, we're gonna get way more steel out of it. So if we unpause it now and the game will fix it goddamn trade, it should tell us what's going on. Oh, god damn it. Why are you like this game with all of your trades going haywire? Just give me my iron. And don't make me beg. Okay, did France? Yeah, France got its stuff in order now. So we can import 200 and start importing 200 was from United States. No? No? Still nothing? Okay, so 79 we need 2, 3 more and 1 from France, and that ought to do it. Okay, now we get 305. What the hell are you talking about? This is why I don't like this. Okay, I'll just keep it like this. I'll just keep it like this, and we'll see what's gonna happen here. But yes, this is what I wanted to show. Sorry about that. It's this is why I did this previously, you know, off screen, because it's a mess getting this to work out properly. But yeah, at this point we now have production of steel of 75, while we're importing 70. So we can actually stop these imports and save up 7 factories. If that is correct, it should greatly boost our production here. Or construction by 7 factories? No, okay. So something is wrong. But still, we can greatly enhance our steel production. That's, I guess, what I was trying to say here this whole time. Damn it! This system really needs a bit... Yeah, it's finicky because it's based on the finicky trade system of the base game. Well, still, I wanted to thank him for bringing this to my attention, because for each 3 alloying metals, we get extra 5 steel, so that works for us. Now, I could probably just import all of it from United States, and I hate that, but it is a definite possibility. Because they give me more for every single one of my imports. So if I cut this down by 275 and cut this down by 225, so that's 500 extra, 620, something like this. Then yeah, we're even getting too much now. And yeah, we got 4 extra factories to construct with. But we're basically supplying the United States, our biggest enemy, with our factories. But can you do? How many are we giving them? 20. Well, there isn't any good choice here, though. There is Italy. Yeah, let's keep it like this. We'll use the extra factories. Okay, now, after all this weird talk about trade and how it doesn't work, let's look finally at our Air Force, which is what we are here for. Now, it's 20th of December. I actually need to not forget this time to switch the heavy artillery. 22nd. Okay, so we'll do that in 2. Actually, let's do it now, so I don't forget. Trotsky was expelled. After Leon Trotsky once again refused to accept more stringent conditions laid down by the Norwegian Department of Justice for his continued stay in Norway, it was decided to not grant him another visa, resulting in Trotsky having to leave the country. Trotsky had been interned for the last few months after he was accused of illegal interference in internal affairs of Norway. Among other things, he was accused of continuing to work without permission on a book entitled The Revolution Betrayed, in which he made his analysis of the degeneration of the Soviet Union, the first worker state, into a bureaucratic regime. It is said Trotsky will receive asylum in Mexico at an unannounced location. No one wants him. No kidding. Okay, so that piece of artillery has been finished, and we're instead gonna start... Is it this one? Yeah, heavy artillery 2. So we're gonna be producing these ones now. About... Well, roughly 3.5 pieces per month is our maximum efficiency at this point. Okay, I actually checked on the Air Force in between episodes, and I have a pretty good idea of what we're gonna do here. Now, let me start by saying that we have already discussed that our cavalry is gonna try to advance into Shaanxi. Is it Shaanxi, right? Yeah, into Shaanxi and swoop through the plains southwards. Our main assault, led by our tanks and motorized, is gonna follow the coast, while the infantry is gonna spread out and support our advance. In the meantime, we'll have a couple of units ready in mainland China. We're gonna blockade all of the coast of China, and our Marines are gonna lead landing in Shanghai. If we manage to, finish a naval invasion here, they're gonna push as far as they can. My ideal scenario would be to Wu and Hang line and hold these free, while the infantry that will be back there is gonna come here, which means that we will have a definite area over here as a little secondary battle line, or front that we will open. Now the Marines will later pull back, and maybe they'll pull back to Taiwan, and they'll make another landing here, probably in Minho. That sounds like a good place to go, and they'll try to do the same thing. But that depends on whether or not we'll have enough infantry units to do that. Now, that's one part of it. As far as the Air Force go, China really doesn't have a big Air Force. When we look at what the intelligence is telling us, they got roughly 5,000 people working. We don't know how many aircraft that is, but considering that there is about 48,000 people working in our Air Force, and we have 2,000 airplanes, we can estimate that they got about 1/6 to 1/10 of our Air Force. So we should be able to completely dominate the sky if we have what it takes. And what it takes is airfields. Now there is an airfield over here in what was called previously Port Arthur, now called Dalian. And there is another airfield here near Beiping. And that's about it. There's no other airfields anywhere that I can see. So that would actually mean that all of their air force is located here. That's kind of weird, but we'll see. We'll see. What I want to do is I want to expand the airfield in Port Arthur to give us as much coverage over here as possible for our close air support and fighters. Once we take Beiping and the airfield near it, we're gonna station more aircraft here and continue supporting our forces in their advance. In the meantime, when the invasion of Shanghai happens, we are going to build an airfield here quickly, which will give us access to all of this territory. Now, when we look at the distribution of their factories, they really don't have that many anywhere concrete, but most of their military factories are located in this area. So I have a feeling that we could actually start a campaign of strategic bombardment in these areas and actually, if not completely disable, hurt their industry heavily. Now, I don't really use strategic bombardment much. It's not something that I really like, both on a personal level and on the game level, but considering how much of an advantage we're going to have in the air, this is actually a really good idea. So all of our fighters are going to be busy covering the skies over here, making sure that we shoot down any enemy aircraft. Later on down here in Shanghai, all of our aircraft that will be capable of strategic bombardment will be put in Shanghai, and of course some close air support for our forces that can hold this line, and the rest of the close air support is going to be over here. And we're going to build airfields as we're going to march, because hopefully that's going to be one thing that will cover us and give us the extra benefit that we have. Again, China has a nearly unlimited amount of manpower, so where we need to win is heavy equipment, Air Force and Navy. And if we don't do that quickly, we might be screwed anyway. So, with that said, what I want to do now is I want to move all of my Air Force back home, and then we can start figuring out who we put where and what their goals are gonna be, because it's kind of hard to do that when you have them in positions. So 600. Okay, so 200 of you are gonna go here. It doesn't help that each of these aircraft also have a different range, so it's gonna be really hard for us to do it unless we have a actual idea of who goes where. Okay, I'll keep the flying boats here though, because they can cover the East China Sea. They're good for naval strikes, so we don't really need them anywhere else. Oh, and hold on. Didn't we have our tanks fighting or preparing to fight somewhere here? Yep, they are near Madrid, and they're actually not doing anything. So let me put you here and try to attack these hills. Would that work? No, not really. There's just too many enemies over there. So let's stop you and instead have you support this attack. But actually just support. Don't move there. I just want you to be involved and give us some army experience. Okay, good. That's looking good. Now, as we're gonna get more units on the ground, we might be able to get more done with our Marines, but our Marines are gonna be our priority, and that's why we are going to actually look at them now and see what we can do with them. Now, I already mentioned a couple of times that they will need to get as much as we can give them, so let's do it at this point. We are going to give them we're gonna get a motorized headquarters detachment. That is definitely something we want to give them. And I'm thinking about giving them the engineering. Engineering company motorized. It's just a little thing that's gonna help them with defense, but really our Marines are gonna be our elite units, so there really isn't much that we can cheap on. Now, it would make sense to give them either armored car reconnaissance or tankette recon. I want to see which one will help them more. So, let me see. Amphibious attack. Amphibious. Where is it? Oh, here. 52.5 and 8.5 defense. So, give you tankette. It's 52 point. Okay, so there's no difference. And armored car, it's no difference. Okay. So let me do it differently. Let me see. If I give you cars, you get more soft attack than tankettes. And even more breakthrough, really. But if we get more armor from tankettes. But the soft and hard attack bonus is... Are we gonna get better armored cars soon? That's a question that we need to answer right now. You're capable of 1939. Okay, so that's not gonna happen anytime soon. I'd really like to upgrade the tankettes though. How many armored cars do we have in stockpile? Why am I looking here? Why am I not looking at the stockpile? Is a good question. We have 521 tankettes, 314 armored cars. So we could just give them the armored cars. They give them more recon. So at this point it just seems like reconnaissance from armored cars is just better. So okay, motorized, engineering motorized, headquarters detachment. Now what else can we give you? The field hospital is definitely a good one. Extra trickle back. But it costs fuel. Light vehicles and support equipment. But it gives a market. Well, okay, let's just, you know, we said we want them as an elite unit. So let's just give them an elite unit. So maintenance detachment gives 11% reliability bonus, so we need that. And definitely the logistics company. Gives them extra fuel capacity. Lowers fuel usage. Okay, you guys would actually lower fuel usage while you would increase it. But you give no fuel capacity bonus. 232. How much fuel? Oh wow, that would double your fuel capacity, so... Okay, not happy with that, but again, they're supposed to be the elite units. And if we start producing the anti-tank guns, we will also give them that, which we are not doing at this point. But what we want to give them right now is the pack artillery. Let's give them 4 of them. I think they're giving a little bit of malice to amphibious. Yeah, a little bit of a malice. So we're down to 39.2. But if we remove them, we're at 23. So they pretty much double our attack while taking away about 15% of our bonus. So this is something that we still need to do. Breakthrough is 25. You don't really give much of a breakthrough, do you? Oh god, if we give them motorized, it would make them much stronger breakthroughs. Even the soft attack would be better, but can we afford it? Light vehicles. We have 0 in storage. Those are these ones, right? Yeah. We need to boost the production then. That's a question. That is a question that we need to get answered. And if we put you to motorized, that would also... I thought you needed transport trucks. Those are really just for... Okay, well, that's peculiar. Motorized light anti-tank. Okay, then I say what we're gonna do here. We're gonna give you the pack artillery for now. And we'll deal with the rest. Okay, I'll give you also the car reconnaissance. And let's stop here. Let's do this for now. And let's boost the production of the light vehicles when we get the chance, because we will need to make that happen before we actually give them anything. So, okay. So that's the remodeling of our Marines. Riku Sentai. Inter-American Conference for the Maintenance of the Peace met at Buenos Aires. After 3 weeks of discussion and negotiation, the Inter-American Conference for the Maintenance of Peace at Buenos Aires came to a close on December 23rd. The conference was called by President Franklin Delano Roosevelt and aimed to establish a framework for maintaining peace in the Western Hemisphere. During the conference, delegates from 21 countries discussed various topics related to peace, including education, international cooperation, commercial policies, and the role for international law. The primary goal of the conference was to banish war from the Western Hemisphere and to promote a common policy of neutrality in the event of war. In his closing remarks, President Roosevelt emphasized the importance of faithful observance of undertakings between nations as the foundation of international order, which rests upon moral law, the highest of laws. He also stressed the need for practical international cooperation to prevent the demoralization with which national character and conduct are threatened. The conference resulted in the adoption of 5 peace agreements, which would provide adequate peace machinery, including a protocol for peaceful settlement of disputes and a resolution calling for the establishment of an international conference for the maintenance of peace in the future. The delegates expressed their commitment to the principles and goals of the conference and pledged to work together to maintain peace in the Western Hemisphere. And what are we missing? Oh, it's the end. Good. And no more outdated. Yep, it's fine. Okay, our stability is nearly 92, which is great. So did our aircraft all move where we wanted them to? Yep. So I'm going to end the episode here, and this one will be a bit shorter. But in the next one, we are going to distribute our units. And one more thing that I wanted to do is actually I'll switch you guys to the Tanket Recon. Right. That would give you bonus in breakthrough. Wow, the armored cars are so much better. Breakthrough, soft attack, hard attack, reconnaissance. We need to upgrade our tankets. This is just not going well. We still need 177, but that's fine. So we're gonna get the tanket recon, and that's about it. And if we switch to one of the artillery to light artillery, what would that do? We have 360, we have 132 available, but we'll have enough, won't we? Yeah, it gives extra soft attack and defense. Yep, we need that. Okay, so little changes are starting to happen, but we'll continue with this as we progress. Anyway, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next episode.